Hey YouTube, Rico Knows here. Going to talk to you guys about hidden gems. If you weren't aware, I am pointing out one hidden gem on every single team in America. So please get to YouTube, check the playlist, search for the Rico Knows Hidden Gems playlist, and start learning about all these hidden gems on every single team. In this particular video, I'm going to talk about Bowling Green, and my hidden gem is Malcolm Johnson Jr. Now, I'm going to try to explain to you guys what's going on at Bowling Green and how I view them this season. I actually think Bowling Green has a great chance to be extremely competitive in the MAC. I think that some of the top teams like Ohio and maybe Toledo, they've all lost a lot of their pieces that made them elite, and Bowling Green did not. Bowling Green still has Harold Fannin Jr. They still have Connor Bazelak coming back as their starting quarterback, Camden North to back him up. They still have Terrion Smith as long as he's not injured. This is a guy that does get injured, injury prone. They still have their starting running back who's a stud. He's worthy of 1,000 yards rushing if he's healthy. Teron Keith to the transfer portal. It's too bad. And shout out to Patterson. He should probably be a decent backup. And Wimberly looked great in the bowl game. So he has a chance to have a pretty solid season if you ask me. We'll see what happens there. Wide receivers, all gone. All gone. Every single wide receiver is gone. That matters. The top 3 receptions gone. Obviously, Harold Fannin is still here. Number 44, if you're watching tape. Dude's a stud. So for me, it's a no-brainer. If I'm doing a hidden gem, I got to talk about a wide receiver. Before I go there, I do want to talk about the defense real quick. Anders is gone. Sip is back, and he's great. Shout out to him, and shout out to my boy Jalen Husky. He is a friend of the channel. Reached out to me on TikTok and I believe Twitter. Jalen Husky, complete stud. He's actually probably, I think I made him my hidden gem for Maryland. I don't know if I made the video. I might have made the video. I should have made the video. Yeah, he's a complete stud. Nonetheless, let's go talk about this wide receiver room. So if you look at the wide receiver room, they have a bunch of new additions that they got, and they went a different route. They went the Power 4 route. Let's go get some Power 4 transfers, and let's make the best of it. RJ Garcia up here, he's coming over from Kent State, and Malcolm Johnson Jr. coming over from Auburn. Now, the one that sticks out to me is obviously Malcolm Johnson Jr. I remember him coming out of high school, and everybody gassed him and talked about how great he was. There was all these graphics. I actually have a picture of it here. These graphics like this. Who am I going to pick? Where's home? And all that shit, right? And he obviously went to Auburn, and he's been there ever since. Now, please understand that Malcolm Johnson Jr. was a 4-star wide receiver, and he's still that kid today. He still is. They got it wrong. And it's no shade on him. Played at a lower level of football in Maryland. I'm going to show you guys the huddle tape here in a second. But it's just one of those things where you get to the school, and they got other dudes in the room. And Auburn's wide receiver room was pretty stacked. I know it doesn't look like it because Peyton Thorne couldn't throw a pass, but there was really good wide receivers there. Shout out to Jay Fair. Just showed up at USC. And when I look at a wide receiver room and Jair Shorter can't get on the field, that's a North Texas wide receiver, complete stud, just transferred to Memphis. If Jair Shorter can't get on the field, that room is stacked. And that's Malcolm Johnson for you in a nutshell. He has not gotten on the field while at Auburn all that much, 6 receptions every single year. But this reminds me of a wide receiver room that you should know about. And I'm going to show it to you real quick. And we're going to pull up Akron. And Akron has Alex Adams right here. And Alex Adams 2 years ago was an all-conference guy. And last year he had a little setback. He's going to Isaiah Gathens, took all the targets and all this stuff. But Alex Adams is an LSU transfer, and he couldn't see the field down at LSU. He gets up here, and he becomes an all-conference guy. So I'm banking on, and I know Fannin's the number 1 target. I get it, and he's a stud. He's one of my best tight ends in the whole, in all of college football. I promise you, when I do my rankings, let me show you guys something, just so I can prove it to you. When I do my rankings, I do evaluations of every single team in their rosters. Look at Bowling Green, and look where I give the running back room. I like it a lot. A 5 is very respectable. If you're curious, that's equivalent to like Boston College, Colorado, Florida State. I know it sounds crazy. Georgia State, Illinois. Like a 5 is actually pretty decent in the running back rating. The running back room is crazy if you want to get a 10. So I actually like Bowling Green's running back room. And then there's the tight end room. Tight end, I gave Harold Fannin a 10. I give Harold Fannin a 10, y'all. I'm still evaluating defenses as I go throughout the days, but when I look at this team, I just think they're poised to be pretty damn solid, right? I love what they have, but they need wide receiver targets. They need somebody to throw to. And here's Malcolm Johnson Jr. coming out of high school, a 93 rating, a 4-star. He is a graduate now. He's been around for a while. Originally from Virginia. It's all good. Shout out to Alexandria, Virginia. But we're talking about a guy who, when you watch the tape, right? I don't even see his senior highlights, by the way. Nowhere do I see his senior highlights. Let's talk about it like this. When the recruiting websites were gassing him back in 2020 during COVID, they compared him to Scary Terry McLaurin, and they went ahead and started talking about all this stuff, and they said day 3 NFL draft potential. And then he doesn't pan out at Auburn. He hits the transfer portal, and they never talk about him again. None of these sites are gassing up. Nobody's saying Bowling Green knocked it out the park and found a superstar, but I am. I know what these types of talented players can do when they get to the MAC. This is a home run hit for Bowling Green. I hope it works out. Him and Garcia, I hope they get it done. What you're looking at here is a little guy with breakaway speed. Like, seriously, breakaway speed. Now, I get it. No one on this field looks like they ever were going to play on Saturdays. I understand. Except for one guy. Right here. The breakaway speed. You got angles on me? Not anymore, buddy. Nobody does. I'm going to the house. I love it. So, is he dangerous in kickoff returns? I don't know. But I can tell you back in high school, he was the man, homie. Look at this fade. It's a natural pass catch. Traffic there. Distracted over-the-shoulder catch. It's great. And he's been lifting weights at Auburn, one of the best weight rooms in America. Some of the best facilities you'll ever see. He's been doing that for the last 3 years. Look at that. He boxed him out, made the play. That ref ain't keeping up, bro. So I can't be no ref, man. I'm not out there I'm not trying to sweat and lose a sprint to these kids. Nah, that kid's false starting. Man, we ain't throwing the flag. Look at the slant. In traffic, and I'm to the house. Everything's to the house. Breakaway speed. Nearly impossible to catch in the open field, right? And in the MAC, they don't see speed like this every day. I'm being serious. I don't know if he's the fastest guy on the team, but I'll tell you what, they don't have speed like this in that wide receiver room after the 3 departures, so they need it, and they need it bad. Punt return. Just looks like a great athlete. Imagine you're out there on cruise control, just outrunning everybody. And I got a lot of respect for this dude running right here. This big boy trying to keep up, stride for stride. He might play on a Saturday somewhere. He might be somewhere. But we're talking about a young man. Reverse. Nobody hears me. Nobody hears me. Here we go. Just constantly makes people miss. And then, I'm going to run behind my shoulders. Yeah, bro. You're telling people you played high school football. That's crazy. Punt out of your own end zone. What a monster punt. You should have just went for it, bro. What does the algorithm say? It says go for it. Don't punt it to number 5. Look at it. Team already knows. To the house. And we got a flag. Bullshit flag, bro. These dudes are just leaking flags. Just looks like a fast kid. And I think speed is all you need, bro. Go. I love it. So, my hidden gem for Bowling Green this year is Malcolm Johnson Jr. I hope he finally lives up to all the potential and hype that the recruiting websites put on him. Remember, he's not a bust. When the recruiting websites get it wrong, they always blame the young man. They always blame the athlete. They blame the kid. Maybe the recruiting websites got it wrong. Maybe the entire time this young man should have been in the MAC his whole career and been great. And this is a lesson for all you guys out there who think you belong in Power 4 football. If you look like this on your tape and you look this dominant, go to the Group of 5 and have a Hall of Fame career. Go out there and be all conference. Don't waste your time on a bench somewhere and go to a school that doesn't really want you. Bowling Green really wants you. That's all I'm saying. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Check the playlist for all the other hidden gems. Peace.